Introducing First Person Singular by Haruki Murakami. I've never really had much occasion to wear a suit. Maybe once or twice a year. I slip my arms into the sleeves of a jacket. That's the sort of life I've led. And somehow, I feel a quiet pang of guilt toward the clothes I've bought that never get their turn. So every now and then, when I'm alone, I pull out a suit and stand before the mirror, as if trying on a version of myself I never quite became. The reflection feels oddly fresh, unexpectedly fitting. And before I know it, I'm wandering the streets aimlessly, letting the city receive this unfamiliar self. But after a while, the tie begins to weigh on me. The collar chafes, and a strange shortness of breath takes hold. And so the spell breaks. I return to the comfort of my usual, relaxed clothes. A private ritual, almost a secret ceremony. That evening, my wife had gone out to dinner with a friend, leaving me home alone. It was one of those days when concentration slips through your fingers, when nothing presents itself as worth doing. So I retrieved a Paul Smith suit I'd bought years ago, put it on, and looked at myself in the mirror. But what I saw there stirred a faint sense of guilt, as if I'd been caught impersonating someone else. It's just one of those days, I told myself, and stepped outside into the spring dusk. The air was soft and pleasant. After strolling for a while, I decided to stop at a bar I'd never been to before. It was tucked away in the basement of a building, and perhaps because of the hour, the place was nearly empty. I sipped vodka and opened a mystery novel, but my mind, just as at home, refused to stay still. I looked up and caught sight of myself in the mirror behind the bar. The suit, the drink, the dim light. But the more I looked, the more estranged I felt. This isn't me, I thought. Who is that man staring back? I averted my eyes, closed the book, and took several long, steady breaths. Just as I ordered a second vodka and attempted to return to my reading, a woman slid into the seat beside me, nudged along by the growing crowd. She appeared to be in her late 40s or early 50s, neatly dressed, with a lingering air that suggested she'd once been quite attractive. "Excuse me," she said, "but do you actually enjoy doing things like this?" "I think you may have mistaken me for someone else," I replied. "I'm a friend of your friend," she said plainly. "We haven't forgotten that dreadful thing by the water 3 years ago. How could you possibly think we would? Shame on you." That was the breaking point. And yet, I had absolutely no memory of what she spoke of. I paid my bill quickly and stepped out into the night. Everything felt hazy, abstract. A metallic, unpleasant taste clung to the back of my tongue. But curiously, I wasn't angry. And yet, when I emerged into the street, spring had vanished. Thick serpents coiled and writhed around the trunks of every tree. Ash, white as bone, covered the sidewalks, and the people walking past exhaled breaths that glowed a sickly yellow, like sulfur rising from the pit of the earth.